Hey, we're Saints Father Chris here. What's up? Welcome to our Crucifixional Life stream. Glad to have you with us today. So Greg started us off this week with a great topic about being a cheerful giver and giving back to the world. Stewardship is what he called it. And he used this beautiful verse from Ephesians chapter 4 to equip the saints so that they can upbuild the body of Christ. I usurped it and made that giving back and that stewardship about our time because it's something that I really struggle with. Hopefully tomorrow he's going to set us back on course. But what I got lost in the last 2 days is about time, because I feel constantly as though I'm stuck between two boulders that are like, remember in Star Wars Episode 4 when they're in the trash chute and they're Luke Skywalker and Leia and Chewbacca, everybody's being squished and the walls are... That's how I feel time is, like those two walls, right? Two boulders constantly moving in. I need an R2-D2. I need somebody to turn it off. Oh, I think I found it. Here's the point. If you feel like that too, it's probably because we say yes to too many things, which we talked about yesterday, and we get up already behind the 8 ball because we're late, or we sleep too much, or we don't get up and do the things first that we need to do, so that by the time we're in the death throes of the day, we're feeling squished and those boulders are really close. So how do we do that? If we get up early and we say no to a lot of opportunities that are good so that we can focus on the great ones, how do we accomplish this? And I think the answer that I found in my life that I just wanted to share with you. And it's something totally new for me. It's not like I'm trying to upgrade and get better at something. I completely radically shifted my mindset. I'm using my mornings, my beginning at 5 a.m.s to focus on the really important thing. So let me say that again. I'm focusing on the one thing in my life that's important, and that is, for me, to teach the crucifixional life to all of our warrior saints. That's my thing. The rest of what happens in my life is beautiful, but it is secondary, if not tertiary and below. So when I wake up, what I immediately do, I got to say my prayers, and then I do my exercise. Once I do my exercise, the blood is flowing, the brain's a little clearer, right? So that I'm a little more focused. But I don't waste any time after that. No social media, no checking email, no looking at the news, nothing. I immediately sit down and start working on my teaching. Whether that requires me to read something, to learn something new, or to write things, or to practice, what I'm going to present, whatever it may be, that's my thing. And I have to focus on it first. Because I schedule me to work on my one thing at 9 a.m. or 2 p.m. or whatever throughout the day. Let me tell you, once the day starts going, and this is a busy place, it's great stuff, but we're moving lightning speed, bro. We're flying. And when all that stuff comes in, the day and the schedule can very often get derailed, right? Like next thing you know, I'm supposed to be here and I'm lost way over here, doing good things, but not my one thing, not the thing that God has called me to do, not what He has equipped me to do so that I might upbuild the body of Christ. And so I realized that the minute I walk out of my door to go on the adventure that is today, I don't know what's coming. Sometimes my schedule flows perfectly, but most often there are just things that happen in life that get it off track. And so I've realized I have to do the most important thing first, right? So if you can see all of what's happening, how this works, and I'm going to give you this plan in our battle plan. It works. You just got to implement it. If you learn, as we talked about yesterday, to say no to all the good opportunities so you can focus on the great ones, and you get up early so that you're not starting behind the 8 ball. The boulders are outside, the pressure zone. And then, as we're saying today, you learn how to focus on your one thing, that thing that's like, for me, the crucifixional teaching, and you have your own, whatever that may be. You're going to find something transformative, because all of a sudden, you're not lost in the chaos of the day, because before you walk out the door, you've done something of value. Do you understand? That feeling that you lay down to sleep at the end of the day and you're like, what did I accomplish, right? You can get rid of that. You got to say no, got to get up early, and you got to start cracking quickly on your one thing. And if you do this, you're going to find yourself making a lot of headway. It's just true. How do we do that? I wrote a plan. If you're interested, it's pretty simple right there. All you got to do is join us. The Way of the Warrior Saint 6-part battle plan. Part of that, the 6 parts focuses on this very topic. I say this because most of it resides here. And if you want to get yourself rolling, join us. I mean, I'm just telling you it works. It's happening in my life. I'm not a great person and I understand that, but boy, I'm different today than I was yesterday. Definitely different than I was a year ago, and 5 and 10. It just works, but you got to implement it. If you want it, you can get it. Love you. We'll be back tomorrow. Greg, I think, is going to wrap us up for the week. Have a great one. As always, keep walking on the way of the warrior saint.